Hi, this is Lisa Wentworth, and this is for Bupa for mental health. And I guess the issues would be ones I struggle with, which are depression and anxiety disorder. I'm doing a lot better now. I've had friends the other day saying, "You just seem so much happier." But it's been a long journey to get there and to try to find joy in my life. Um, Basically, you can tell that I'm not from here, but part of being here is the reason of this journey. If there was a narcissist, wow, I could attract him in a relationship. And in my last marriage, I thought I found somebody really kind and good who was supportive. And I absolutely could not see what was hiding beneath, because you just don't. And it was a lot of emotional and physical abuse, but mostly emotional. And my depression got worse. And finally, I started having anxiety attacks. At one point, I had to check myself into the hospital because I saw purple lights shooting out my fingers. And anxiety attacks would be in a grocery store or when I'd be out, and it was just otherworldly. I was seeing counselors and things at the time, and where I'm from, there's a lot of new age kind of medicine. So I was doing Reiki and acupuncture and yoga and anything you could think of. Plus, I was taking medication. I had weaned myself off of some, but when I realized the situation was not going to change, I left the country. And I did find a happier life working in heritage, and I met my new partner. The problem is, then I was absolutely lonely when I wasn't doing those things because I didn't know anyone, and there's not a lot of arts and things that I'm used to here. I just spent all week trying to, starving and freezing and crying because I had nobody to talk to or nobody to do things with. And then my physical abilities got a lot worse, so I became physically disabled. I was told, because my background is the arts, I'd never dance again, I'd probably never walk again. And I had to cope with that during a pandemic. And I had my ups and downs, but more recently I found artists in the area. I have found visual art, so I have people there, and they like me and relate to me. I have fabulous young male musician friends that I jam with. And not only have I been able to walk again and take ballet at a very rudimentary level, I'm now taking over teaching the classes and some yoga and Pilates classes. But still, every day is a daily struggle because there's days I just don't want to get out of bed and don't. So it's a challenge. More of the anxiety has subsided. I will always have PTSD, and the depression is managed. So when people see me, they just think that I'm fine, but there's so many triggers out there. And people don't realize if somebody wants to be abusive, narcissistic, controlling, or anything like that to me, that's a trigger. And being American, I'm also used to my First Amendment rights of freedom of speech. And I find in this country particularly, people will want to shut you up because you can't say anything. Not only you won't say it, but you're not allowed to say it. And that I find really difficult. Because if you're struggling, isn't that the best thing to talk about it? Isn't the most important thing to have friends and support? And also, not the most key to getting better, don't allow toxic people in your life. I can't emphasize that enough. So that's my story. What's yours? Thanks.